Hello, good morning. Happy Sunday to you all. Hope you're all okay. Going to show you some gorgeous macrame today using some of our new beads. We had beautiful glass opal beads yesterday. They were super popular. And today I've got some extra special shapes that will be really great for macrame. So I'm hoping you're going to like them as much as I do. Good morning, Maxine. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Dorothy. Good morning, Jitty, Camille. She says, good morning, Sarah. Bet you had a great time with your folks. I did, thank you. We had a lovely night last night. We just had a chill, had a little walk around a couple of shops yesterday and had a nice coffee. And then sat and watched Strictly. Wasn't it good? I love Strictly. This time of year, just in that build up to Christmas, I really like it. Cozy nights in. I hope you all enjoyed an extra hour in bed as well, which was nice. Clocks have gone back. So that's it now. It's going to be getting dark, isn't it? So we had some beautiful beads yesterday. I'm going to show you them in a moment on the website. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I had a panic. I couldn't find my tape. You probably saw me just run out quickly. I was like, I've got 30 seconds to go and find tape. Good morning, Sue. Hi, Sandra, Jenny. Good morning. Is it Borsos from Romania? Good morning. Hope you're well. Haven't seen you on here before. Welcome to any newbies. Newbies. We've been doing these videos every day since the middle of March. So there are plenty tutorials. If you are new to us, there are plenty of tutorials that you can go and catch up on, and I'll show you where to find them in a moment. So I'm going to have a quick little look at the website so that I can show you everything that's available for today. For those of you who haven't been here before, we've got all of our Facebook videos set up as a category on our website. So you go to totallybeads.co.uk, go to the categories up at the top, and you'll see most of our popular ones. We've kind of got 3 or 4 most popular categories up at the top, and then it's all alphabetical, so it's nice and easy for you to find. Facebook tutorials is one of our go-tos, so that's up there right at the top. Yesterday we were using our beautiful glass opal beads for handbag charms. They were amazing. We had amazing our crystals. That feels like a long time ago, but it was only the other day, with our beaded chain. We've had Creation Station. That's a very live interactive video. The embroidery brooch with Sarah Payne on Wednesday. So today's macrame. So I'm going to be using some of our gorgeous rattail. Now it comes in the most amazing hanks. You get so much for your money. And we're using the glass opal beads, or opaline, as it's often referred to. Now there are 2 different styles. One is frosted, which you will get with your hanks of blue and white cord. Then we've got the malachite, or faux malachite beads. As you can see, they've got the most amazing finish. I'm going to show you all of this live in a minute, but you can see it's $6.99. You are going to get so many bracelets out of these kits. I would be looking at probably £1 a make, not even. You'll get 6 out of this, no worries. And then we've got the aqua and the lilac, and that is with the shiny opal beads. So I'll show you the difference between them, but they are your colour choices. And you don't need any other tools or materials, scissors for cutting it, but that's it. Now we've also put in our hematite macrame beads. So these beads have grooves all down the side, and as the video goes on, you'll get to see them and how handy they are for some of these projects. You can even use seed beads. I think an 11 fits in, but a 15 would be better, just to give you a nice little choice of sizes. So you can see that these are just going to give you a lovely finish, and they're amazing value kits. Various different sizes, normally about 20 to 30 pieces per pack, for anything from like £2. I think the most expensive one on there is about £3.50 today. So amazing value for money. Now I'm going to turn you down so that we can have a little look-sees. Oh, it's not quite focusing in. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to use the lilac today. Now the lilac also comes with the sky blue. And as you can see, it's got a gorgeous shine to it. It holds onto knots beautifully. So these 2 colours. And then these are the 2 different sizes and shapes of the beads. So as you can see, each one's going to be slightly different in their finish, which again is going to make for really nice, unique makes, which we want, don't we? And as you can see, it's got grooves down the side. So hole running all the way through. and then a little groove down the side, which is going to hold on to our cord beautifully. You'll get the lovely squares, and you'll also get the hexagons. I'm going to use the hexagons today, and you can see on the cord with the colour, they just look beautiful. 2 really long strands as well. I've got all of these on here, each one with a slightly different frosted finish. Let me pick this up without losing them all. And these are your squares as well. They're going to look fantastic for earrings and things like that as well. So if you've got a few extra findings at home, a couple of ear wires, a couple of head pins, eye pins perhaps, then you're going to be able to do those. Your white, and I'll show you the difference between the two. Your white and your blue, it's a little bit of a darker blue. If I bring in the one that you get with your lilac. So this is the sky blue you'll get with your lilac. The gorgeous white and blue, and these ones are frosted. So if you prefer a little less shine, you prefer something that perhaps looks a little bit more natural, these are frosted, but as you can see, you still get the amazing colours, the amazing tones going through them, and they just give you a little bit of texture. I think the difference between the shiny of the shine coming off the cord, the silkness of the rat tail, and then the matte finish with your frosted beads, I just think is gorgeous. I love combining textures. It gives you a really lovely finish. Nadia says, good morning, Sarah and everyone. Lovely combinations and looking forward to some more macrame. As you know, it's one of my faves. And then these colours, oh my goodness, these are just gorgeous. You've got this beautiful caramel and the lovely mint green, and have a look at these. Now, we don't have loads of stock of these kits. I know it's so frustrating when you're watching and then you go and get them and it's out of stock. But I'm sure we've got enough to last us through the live. But do, just before we get started, if there is anything that you really, really would like, then have a little look on the website quickly before we get into anything. Elizabeth says, morning Sarah and all you beaders, I've just been watching Jewellery Maker and one of Sarah's twisted memory wire bracelets was on the wall of fame. I hope it wins. Well, that's amazing. I'm reaching out to all areas. Oh, that's fantastic. I'll have to see if I can find that. Julie says, good morning all. Missed the start as opening cards and presents because it's my birthday. Happy birthday, Julie. Thank you for popping on. I hope you have a great day. Good morning, Francis. Hi, Julie. Oh, everyone's saying good happy birthday to Julie now as well. Good morning, Joe and Alison. Okay, so you can see here, now these are glass beads, so they are faux semi-precious, hence the price. But as you can see, you get the most amazing finish, and it's a little bit easier to see these grooves on some of the darker beads as well. But how gorgeous are these going to look together as well? Now, I'm pretty sure you knew I would go for this one because that's my favourites. So I thought I'd throw you all off today and go for a different colour. I'm going to go for the lilac. Now, with the macrame, for those of you who have seen me do it before, I like a good old cheat. Now, you can use macrame boards, not a problem, but I actually use a box lid, and that is my preferred tool because I prefer the setup that this is going to give me. So there's no fancy tools here. I like to make it as easy as possible. Now, I'm just going to grab, I should have put, do excuse the messy boxes. Hang on, I just need to get in to grab a sheet of paper. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is just pop a little sheet of paper in here so that you don't get the glare from it. Now, what you could also do, we were having gorgeous macrame bracelets the other week where we were actually threading our beads directly onto memory wire. And that's great. It's going to give us a lovely finish. I'm going to use my bag first of all. What you need to do with beads like these, the holes in them are reasonably small. I'm sorry that this is going to give you glare for a second or two, but we'll fix it in a minute. What you need to do is prepare and prep your cord so that you're going to make it nice and easy for your beads to go on. And again, like I said, you know, you don't always have to buy fancy materials, fancy glues, fancy tools and boards and everything else. You can use what you have at home. And my preferred method for prepping my cord is actually just using a clear nail polish, and I find that it gives me the best finish because it's so quick drying as well. I'm always short for time, always, you know, looking for a nice quick fix, and my nail polish is going to do that because it will dry super, super quick. So prepping the cord is really important with this one because we do have, the rat tail is reasonably thick. It's not going to go through the cord at all unless you do this step. So you can use a glue or you can use a nail polish. And then I work it into about 1 inch worth at the base of my tail. So I'm actually taking my brush and I'm really pushing it in so that it is ingrained in, and you'll see it goes ever so slightly darker. You can use any colour of nail polish, it really doesn't matter, so long as they're quick drying, and then it's going to make it nice and easy for you. And really work that in. Allow that to dry for a minute or two. And as it just becomes that little bit sticky tacky, I'm probably going to get this all over my fingers now, but I don't have time to wait. As it becomes kind of sticky tacky, I then just roll it in my fingers, and some of it will come off. So just roll it back in so that you're doing this. And I would do this 2 or 3 times. And what that's going to do is just really soak it into the cord, but I'm also rolling it to stop it from going completely flat as well. And you can already see that it's gone quite rigid. Once that is dried completely, you can then use your cutters or use your scissors to cut your cord. Let's do that so I don't get sticky. To cut your cord into the finest needle-like point. And so this is really rigid, and you can see I've got that fantastic tip on there, which is going to make it nice and easy for me to thread my beads on. And then when the beads are quite, when the holes are quite small like this, I'll tend to put it in and I'll also roll it. And that's why it's important that your cord is completely rigid, because if you're rolling it, you don't want to fray any of it. Look at the contrast in these colours. Aren't they just gorgeous? I know you loved the feature beads from yesterday. I think we still have some of those in stock on the website. This is going to be beautiful to match some of those accessories that we were making yesterday, handbag charms and such like. So if you liked the look of the opal beads, then these are going to give us a lovely finish to our bracelet today. Okay, and then adding them on, I want to make sure that I've just got enough beads. I reckon that's probably going to be enough because I'm going to have knots in between each one of these. So do it so that it comes on either side of your wrist. You don't need to fill the back. We can always add a few more on if we need to, but I think that's probably going to be enough. Okay, and then with my board, I'm going to take my board, sitting it sideways, and I just need a little bit of tape, which I went and got and is hiding. Any tape will do. It doesn't matter. You just want to be able to fix it onto your board. So I'm going to take my cord and just attach this on up here, and I'm going to do the same at the base as well. Let's bring these up so you can see it. Now if you've got a macrame board, by all means use it, right tool for the job. But if you don't, and you're just looking for maybe a new hobby, maybe to get into jewellery, then this is going to work just as well. Okay, so my beads are now suspended on my cord. I've got it taped top, and let's lift it up to see if you can see, and to the bottom. Okay, and then you want to take another section of your cord. Now I would normally do about a dressmaker's metre. So that's the old outstretched arm, isn't it? Nose to hand. I'm going to go ever so slightly more today, just because I don't want to run out while I'm with you. And then we're going to fold it in half. Okay, and then this half section, my little loop in the very centre, is going to go underneath this tightrope, and we're going to pull it through. So I've now got that suspended underneath, and this is why I like the board, because it just gives me so much space. And then I'm going to bring, so we're going to do a square knot. I'm going to bring my left cord over. Oh, Jodie's saying she uses a clipboard. Yep, perfect. I've used those before as well. I've had all sorts of people on here saying, oh, I use a biscuit tin, I use a clipboard, I'll pin it to a cushion. You can do anything that works for you. So lots of people like Oh, a bird's nest. I was thinking, what did you mean, my hair? I know. It's a rush to get ready sometimes. I just pull it all open. But I like unknotting things like that. So does my husband. He used to do a lot of fishing. So when I get things like this, I'll just say to him, oh, do you want to have fun for a minute? And he'll unthread it all for me. Okay, so a lot of people say P's and Q's, or a number 4, as I like to see it. So I'll create a number 4 with my left cord. That's going to go over the very middle. And then my right cord is going to come over that one that we've just placed. I'm going to go underneath the tightrope and pull that right hand cord straight up through that circle. And can you see now I've got a knot that is suspended all the way around that tightrope centre cord. Hi, good morning, Donna. She says, I'm new here. Hello, good morning. Donna, we do these every day at 10 a.m. We are going to cut down a little bit in November, but we've got a fabulous bead group starting. Head on over to the website and the link is in the description and you'll be able to catch up with anything that you've missed so far and all of the goodies that are to come, and you can have a little look. You're right, Camille, we do have a lovely family. So we've actually got, I'll show you this knot first of all and then I'll chit chat away to you. So this is half of my square knot. I'm now going to do the other side because this is half a square knot. If I keep on doing these and using my left cord, I'm going to get a twisted finish, which is beautiful. And we did that with the large crystal oval necklaces, some of you will remember. But I'm now going to reverse that so that I can balance it up and have a straight square knot. So now I'm going to do the same thing in reverse. I'm going to take my right cord, place it over the middle. My left cord will come over that one and we're going to go underneath that tightrope and up into the circle, like so. And when I pull that nice and tightly, I've now got one of my square knots. Now we're going to keep on doing this over and over again. So left cord over, right comes over that, underneath the tightrope and up into that circle. That's half my knot. Reverse it, right over, left over, under and up and through. And I like to start all of my bracelets with 3 knots. So it's effectively 6 of these. And that's just going to give me a lovely little starting point. And if I bring this up to you, you can now see I've got 3 of my knots. Now I know how many I'm counting. Let me get something sharp so I can point with it. Let's use my round nose pliers. You see these little loops here, that's 1 knot. So I've got 1, 2, 3. And whatever side this loop is on, whether it be on the right or on the left, is the side that you need to work with next. So like we've been flip-flopping between left and right, whatever side that loop is on. What you can also do, lots of you do it, you can tie a little knot in your left hand cord, just at the base, like so. And whatever side that knot is on is the one that you work with. So if you like to keep an eye on the base of the cord, you can do that. Okay, here come these beautiful beads. They are so fabulous. Hexagon glass opal. I'm going to bring that up. So I have pre-threaded on my beads. They are suspended on. And now I'm going to start working around them. Oh, we've got Marie in Australia as well. Hello. So we've got Romania. Did I see just Donna's from the States as well? Arkansas, USA. So we've got Romania, we've got Australia, we've got America. Good morning to you all. And of course everyone in the UK as well. All my little regulars. Okay, so I've brought up the bead. I'm now going to just completely forget that it's there. And what I'm going to do is continue with my knot. So starting with my left, bringing it over and bringing this round. Now this is where the groove of the beads, these macrame beads, come in to their element, because when I now pull this nice and tightly, my cord is going to completely disappear around the knot because it's going to sit in those lovely grooves. So it's just going to give me the neatest finish. So now that they are going to sit in between, it's just going to look very professional. It's going to give me a lovely flush finish. You can use any beads on these. You can bead around them in any way you like. So I've just reversed the other side of that knot and done the right hand side. And then we're going to continue adding them on. You can use absolutely any beads, circle beads, bicone beads, you can use anything. But the thing is with the beads that have the grooves on them, and we've got all of those hematite ones on the website. We've now obviously got these beautiful glass opal ones. We've got the foam malachite ones as well. I'm going to bring these over and start to create. And because it has the grooves on it, when you wear it, it's going to sit perfectly. Nothing's going to move. The beads won't move. The threads won't move. And you can see you just get that lovely pop of colour down on the side as well. And then when these opal beads are against your skin, it just has the most beautiful colour. As you can see, it's nice and quick as well. So it's not a tricky technique. Once you have mastered that one knot, you are good to go. And then every time I'm just neatening them up, pulling it nice and tight. So it's that same knot over and over again. Do let me know if anybody would like me to start going around the movement of the knot again, just to just to repeat the actual process. Let's move this up a bit. And these are nice quick makes. I would say a macrame bracelet like this, you would be looking at, if you're new and you're not doing it regularly, I mean, I'm doing these knots super quickly, but 25-minute, 20-minute make, no problem. Maybe 45 minutes for your first ones. But even still, in terms of a handmade and handcrafted bracelet, you're still going to get the most amazing finish. So it's one of these kind of minimal effort, maximum outcome, which we love. Now, what you can also do when you're using a board like this, if you put a little piece of paper in it like I have, you can also use it as a measuring guide as you go on. So if you take a pen, you could always then mark and say, I would start here, beads start here, I'm going to bead down to here, and then the rest will be your clasp, and I'm going to show you all of that in a moment. But you can then use that as size guides as well. So you can measure out 7 inches, 7.5, 8, 9, whatever the recipient's size is going to be. But with the clasp, these bracelets are pretty much one size fits all. So it's a fantastic alternative to something like a stretch bracelet, a memory wire bracelet, because it gives you that slightly more handcrafted finish as well. It's a little bit more involved because of course you're tying the knots. If you see there, you see that just slipped straight out, I'm just going to make sure that I can thread that back in to secure it into place. This would also make a lovely Christmas ornament. Oh, it could be like garland on a tree, couldn't it? That would be amazing. There's so many different things that you can do. Now then, I'm just going to double check the size before I finish it off. So I'm going to remove my tape from one side, and then I'm just going to roll this around my wrist. So do you remember the beads only just about covered my wrist? Look at all that extra length that I have gained just by having those knots in between. So I'm happy that that's going to be the right size. I'm just going to pop that tape back on just to finish my last few knots. We started with 3, so I'm going to finish with 3. So I'm going to use just 3 more knots at the base, so that I've got that lovely symmetry. And then we're ready to do the clasp. And my half, and that's it done. Now when it comes to gluing, especially with the lighter colours, you just want to take a little bit of care with them, because your lighter coloured cords, look at how gorgeous it is, and what's it? It's minutes. It really is minutes worth of makes. But with something like this, your beads are very exposed. The technique, the neatness, the beads are exposed. So you want to make sure that you have really special beads, really nice beads. And these opal ones, I think, are going to do that. Because you're also getting the... because you're also going to get the 2 different colours of cords, you could do gorgeous contrasting stacks in these. Sorry, I'm really croaky today. Keep on sipping that coffee. Okay, so what I'm going to do is make sure that I glue it on the underneath of my cord, because when I add this on, and again I'm just using clear nail polish, when I add it on, because it soaks through into the cord, it's going to go ever so slightly darker. So I'm trying to stay away from the top of it and just make sure that this will secure all of the base. So can you see I've gone about, well, almost over all of those knots, but I've also gone up the cord that is affixed on either side. And I'm just going to glue that in. So if I turn this around, the top side is still light because it's not dark. It hasn't got wet. But the underneath side will be ever so slightly darker. So in your lighter cords, and that would only be the case in this one, the white doesn't matter, doesn't darken down at all. In these, it'll be both of them in this kit, so your sky blue and your lilac. And in your other one, actually sometimes the darker one, so the blue, that is going to go a little bit darker as well. Do excuse me. So just make sure that you're gluing it on the base. Now we're going to do our clasp, and just to make sure that I'm going to get the right sizing, I'm going to pop my wrist in. I'm going to bring both of these over so I can see that I need about, what, 1.5 inches worth of clasp for that to be super secure and to fit me completely. If I tend to wear my bracelets a little bit higher up, so I'll just pull that in. Yeah, about 1 inch, I would say, just over, and then we'll be happy. So I'm going to take both of my threads, and now while this is drying, I'm just going to leave that there. I'm going to take both of my strands of my bracelet and I'm going to fold them over each other. So I've got a double strand, and then just double check that that wet base is inside, so you know you've got your bracelet the right way around. And then I'm going to move to the corner of my box lid. Let's do these so they sit nice and straight, and then I'm going to tape these on. Might have to get new tape, but should be all right. Let's do that. Doubled over, taping on the edge, and then I'm just going to make sure they don't cross over because I want it to be nice and neat inside. And we'll bring these two in. Okay, so it doesn't look great, but it does the job. And then we're going to take another little strand from my gorgeous little bird's nest of cord. The really great thing is with these materials, with this ratel from Totallybeads especially, will that be enough? Maybe not. You can very often use your offcuts actually for your clasp. I'm going to go a little bit longer just in case. With this ratel, it holds its knot perfectly, but unlike something like a waxed cord, once you've done a knot, if it holds on to it really, really well, sometimes it's hard to undo. So any corrections, if you need to undo anything, you know, remove a little bit of space, it can be a little bit harder. So this actually holds its knot beautifully, but it also unravels very easily if you need it to, which is really handy, especially when you get it in a knot like I do. So just the same as we did with the bracelet, I've got a little section here, I've halved it. I'm going to take that very center cord and pop that underneath. And remember, I want about 1.5 inches worth. So we're going to do exactly the same thing as we did before, but on a smaller scale. So I've got my lovely tightrope through the center, left cord over, the right cord is going to go over that, underneath the tightrope, and pull that through. And just make sure that you've still got equal lengths of cord on either side. Position that so that you're going to have enough space, and then pull tightly. Now, not so tight it's death grip, because these two pieces of our bracelet are going to move through the center. So when they're moving through, I need it to slide, because this is a sliding clasp, which also means it's pretty much going to be one size fits all, which is really handy. But I need it to be able to move. So I don't want to do it too tight, but tight enough that it's going to hold its place. And then we're going to reverse it again. So constantly switching between my left and my right cord. Remember, whatever side that loop is on is the side that you're going to work with next. Or obviously you can do that lovely little knot as a reminder on the end. I reckon we're probably going to need about 12 of these to fill in that space on my wrist. And the cord is so soft, it's beautiful to work with, beautiful to wear. And like I said, it just holds on really nice. Now, if you got the beads from yesterday, the glass opal bundle bead from yesterday, you will also get some round opals. You could use those as little stoppers on the base of your bracelet here, or you could use the opposite size, sorry, the opposite shape as the ones that I've got in the bracelet. Because I haven't actually prepped the end of my cords, I'm probably not going to be able to thread them on live for us now, but it's a nice little finishing touch. I'll show you what I mean once we're done. Through you come. Oh, Donna says this is so satisfying. Yes, very rewarding. Love braiding. Do you sell the beads separately? I like the green ones, but I've got lots of cord. I'm not sure if the beads are on the website on their own. If Simon or Kitty are watching, I'm sure I saw somebody on the Totallybeads, someone doing admin a moment ago. If they are, could somebody have a little look for me? Let me see, actually. Let me see if I can quickly Opaline. There is a lot of opaline. So it's classed as opaline because it's not real opal, obviously, with these prices. I don't think our macrame beads are on there separately yet. If you just type in opaline to the search engine, you actually get about 4 pages. The most amazing colours. Lots of different shapes, lots of sizes, but I can't see the macrame ones individually on their own as yet. Give it another week and they probably will be. But for today's one, they're only in the kits. Okay, so I think, but if you go onto the website, type opaline into the top, and my goodness me, you are gonna love some of the colours and shapes in there. I know we didn't have lots of stock of these, and that's probably why they aren't on the website on their own. It was just enough to make a few kits for you for today. Okay, so I think that's probably going to do me. So I haven't been tightening it too much that these cords aren't going to slide, and I'll show you that they will still slide in a moment. And then we'll do exactly the same thing to finish it off with our cords. So we'll take this off. Oh, I love this lilac cord with these beads. It looks gorgeous. Now then, let's start cutting some of these down because, as you can see, there's lots of cords in here. Okay, so this is now dry, and that's the bonus of using the nail polish as well, because it's going to dry so quickly. So I'm just going to take my cutters, and you can actually hear now how hard and dry the cord is because it has that snap. I'll do this on either side. You can hear how secure that's going to be. And then if you get any fluffy edges like this, you can either just trim it down. Now, if you have thread zappers, they're going to be great as well because you can use those. Oh, Debbie, I wish I was in your house. Watching while making flapjacks. I think that sounds like a perfect Sunday to me. And I bet your house is going to smell amazing in about 20 minutes or so. Tiny little bit of glue on the end, and I'm just going to push those in just to get rid of any of those little frayed edges. Yeah, Debbie, you're making me hungry. And that's going to give us, look at that, the nicest, neatest finish to our bracelet. And then we'll do the same here on our end cords. So these are the two that I will glue in a moment, just to finish them off. But when I pull these two, so these are then the tightrope, the center cord, sometimes you just have to give it a good pull first to get them sliding. So I'm just going to open it up ever so slightly. And the more you do it, the more comfortable those cords are going to get. Lovely. They're now moving really nicely. Super. So you can see a bigger bracelet. So either if people have bigger knuckles, so sometimes like arthritic hands can have like bigger knuckles, or bigger wrists, it's easy to get on because you're going to open it up nicely. And then when you're actually wearing it, I just hold one cord with my finger and thumb and then pull the other one, and you can pull that nice and tightly. It's going to sink that down really neatly. And then of course to get it off, you're just going to pull it open and up it'll come. So one size fits all, look. You can have it enormous like this, or down to fit my teeny tiny wrists, as Kitty always says. Although, the other week when we were on here, everyone started measuring their wrists, didn't they? And some of you have like little six-inch wrists, even smaller than mine. So value for money in your kits must be phenomenal. If we say it makes 2 or 3, you must be able to get 4 or 5 out of them. Okay, so again, making sure that you glue on the undercarriage of the bracelet, so right underneath, just taking that polish. And I go on the outside of these ones because remember, you want those cords running through the very centre. So I'm not going to go too much, but with the glue, 9 times out of 10, if it stops it running through the middle, as soon as you've done that first pull, you might need to give it a good old tug, but that'll kind of snap any of that glue that's in the middle. So again, putting it on so that it just slightly darkens down. I'll leave that to dry and then I can cut those extra trims off. And then you're going to have the most gorgeous bracelets using our new beads. And you can see it just gives you a lovely, neat finish. Obviously, we've got lots of the hematite beads on there as well. Head on over to the website and have a little look. Oh, everyone's got husbands making them roast dinners. Delish. Sounds amazing. I love Sunday traditions like that. Go have a roast dinner. Thank you so much. Oh, can you use a thread zapper instead of glue? Yes, absolutely. If you've got the thread zappers and you're comfortable doing that, then not a problem. Sometimes with the lighter colour cords, for me, the thread zapper just darkens it a little bit too much because it's going to melt it. It's going to burn it. So sometimes you get that little blackened edge, but it's still going to do, it's going to do the same job. So that will be perfect. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed. Thank you for joining me today and using our gorgeous... Oh, Lorna says she's got a 6-inch wrist. Teeny tiny, but massive hands. Lorna, I'm sure you don't. Beautifully in proportion. Tomorrow I am with you again. What day is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Monday. What are we doing tomorrow? Kumihimo with crystals and pearls. Now, we haven't done Kumihimo, goodness me, for a couple of months on here. So tomorrow I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful Kumihimo braid. So very similar to today, using lots of threads, using that beautiful handmade braid. Tomorrow we're going to be Kumihimoing with some lovely beads. It's half term, so I get to watch you. Yay, says Alicia. A well-deserved break for you, I am sure. I hope you enjoy your half term. Lovely to see you all. Thank you for popping in, saying hello to all our newbies as well. Head on over to our, yes, Donna, same time, 10 o'clock every day. Oh, you're right, Kitty. I have had to change tomorrow. I'm sorry. I've had some extra TV shows added in for tomorrow. You're right. So Kitty is going to be with you in the morning. I am going to be on Create and Craft TV at 7:30 tomorrow morning. A really early start. But I will make sure that the Kumihimo gets put in for another day. So yes, you're right, Kitty. Thank you for reminding me. Kitty is with you tomorrow. Brain like a sieve. Kitty will be with you tomorrow, 10 o'clock. Head on over to our Totallybeads Facebook page for anyone who is new, and you will find our groups in there. We've got the Totally Handmade by Totallybeads. There are thousands of you in there. You all help each other along. Anyone who has any questions, you can post things in there, share your makes, meet like-minded people. It's a really beautiful community that we've built up this year. If you're ever stuck with anything, or you've missed anything, or you just want to go, oh, look at what I've made today, then there are thousands of you in there. It's a beautiful, supportive group. And of course, Kitty and I will always keep an eye on it as well, so we'll always be there to answer any of your questions. Join Kitty tomorrow, 10 o'clock, and I will see you all on Tuesday. Thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Enjoy all this delicious food I can hear you talking about. Take care. Stay safe wherever you are. See you Tuesday.